سلام دوستان، حالتون چطوره؟ من مژگان صالحی روش هستم، مدرس زبان انگلیسی. امروز میخوایم lesson 3 of unit 6 رو با هم دیگه بخونیم. اگه مشکلی داشتین در مورد درس‌های پیش حتما برای من کامنت بذارید. اگه ویدیوهای ما رو دوست دارین لایک کنید و ما رو سابسکرایب کنید، دکمه زنگوله هم بزنید. ما توی یونیت 6 در مورد staying in shape صحبت کردیم که چجوری مثلا رو فرم باشیم. بعد در مورد دوتا گرامر have to و can صحبت کردیم. گفتم have to و has to برای obligation به کار برده میشه. معنی force داره، معنی اجبار داره و external، یعنی که یک نیروی از خارج بر ما وارد میشه و ما رو مجبور به یک کاری میکنه. و کنم گفتم که دوتا کاربرد داره، یکیش برای ability، یکیش برای possibility. ability یعنی که شما یه توانایی کاری رو دارید. مثلا میگم I can play the guitar، من میتونم گیتار بزنم، توانایی من، قابلیت منه. Another one is for possibility، یعنی که برای یه چیزی که ممکن هستش و جاب به توانایی نداره. مثلا میگم که tomorrow I won't go to work. I can, for example, go out for dinner tonight. یعنی که من فردا نمیرم سر کار، امشب میتونم برم مثلا شام بیرون، یعنی امکانش هست، میتونم یعنی این کار انجام بدم. بعد یه دوره هم از simple past و present continuous داشتیم، مثل در مورد اونها تمرین حل کردیم. در مورد frequency adverb صحبت کردیم. حالا امروز قرار lesson 3 از یونیت 6 رو با هم دیگه بخونیم. بعضی از دوستانم ازم خواسته بودن که فارسیشو کمتر بکنم، انگلیسیشو زیادتر بکنم. چشم هست، من این کار میکنم، چون هرچی لولمون بره بالاتر، خب ما توی فاندامنتال ناگزیر بودیم که بچه‌ها هنوز خیلی آشنایی ندارن. اگه بخوام انگلیسی 100% صحبت بکنیم ممکنه متوجه نشن و کلا ناامید بشن از اینکه بخوام ویدیوهای ما رو دنبال بکنن. بنابراین از این به بعد سعی میکنیم که بعضی جاها اگه نیاز به فارسی توضیح دادن بود فارسی توضیح بدن، اگه نیازی به توضیح دادن به فارسی نبود هم انگلیسی میدیم. یه جوری به اینجا یه بالانسی ایجاد میکنیم که هم انگلیسی در بر بگیره هم فارسی. خب now we are lesson 3 unit 6 of top notch 1B. First let me make it bigger. Discuss fitness and eating habits. Discuss means talk. Talk about. Fitness means staying in shape. And eating means whatever you eat. Habits means, for example, whatever you do, whatever you usually do. It kinds of routine. Now here, first is a good point for your speaking. Is a topic. In your opinion means your idea. Opinion means idea. Is it important for people to stay in shape? Why? Means you can have a self-talk. Tell yourself why is it important for people to stay in shape. Each person has different reason to stay in shape, and tell yourself. And what do people have to do? Stay in shape means people do different things. For example, they are on regime or diet. Regime or diet. Actually, regime and diet, both of them are synonyms, have the same meanings. And another word is regimen. Regimen, regime, and diet. There are three words for example, your eating habit. For example, say I am on a diet or on a regime. For example, I don't eat rice, or I avoid, for example, sugar or cola or sweet. It is diet. And about the regime, actually it has different meanings. One of them is diet. Another one is political system which rules a country. For example, some people are on diet, or some people exercise, and something like this. Okay, now here Listening comprehension. Listen for main ideas. Listen to people talking about their fitness and eating habits. Check the box if the person exercises regularly. There are three people here: Jessica Miller, Juan Raineri, Naomi Sato. They're talking about their eating habits and about their exercise, means whatever they do to stay in shape. First listen, and after that circle the correct word. For example, here Jessica Miller. It's written here. Now listen again and circle the word that complete the statements. For example, Jessica Miller. Which one is correct? Walks, runs, or swims to stay in shape. Now you have to listen to the audio and circle around the correct word. Okay, and after that we will check. Listen, please.
Page 68. Exercise B. Listen for details. Now listen again and circle the words that complete the statements. Jessica Miller.
I'm Jessica Miller. I run a lot to stay in shape, about 5 days a week, for about 45 minutes to, I'd say an hour and a half for each run. I do that all year round, winter and summer. I try to eat well, too. I eat a lot of greens and a lot of fruit. I don't eat much meat, and I try to avoid fried foods or foods that are high in fat as much as possible. But the truth is, with all the running I do, I can pretty much eat anything I want. I always eat breakfast. I never skip it. I think it's an important meal. I like desserts, but I generally avoid candy, except for chocolate. But if I do eat chocolate, it has to be good chocolate. Oh, and I drink lots of water. Never soda, but lots of water.
Juan Raineri.
I'm Juan Ranieri. What do I do to stay in shape? As far as exercise goes, I go to the gym and lift weights on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then I run on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I also try to eat right. I actually eat 5 or 6 small, simple meals each day, rather than 2 or 3 big ones. So you'll always see me munching on something. I generally avoid sodas and sweets, and I drink a large glass of water with each meal. I eat pretty healthy food 6 days a week, and then on Sundays, I pig out on junk food. Pizza, burgers, ice cream, just about anything I want.
Naomi Sato.
Hi, Naomi Sato here. Exercise? Well, the truth is I generally don't exercise at all. Occasionally I go for walks with my daughters, but not that often. You know, I'd like to get a lot more exercise, but I really don't have time for it. As far as eating goes, I try to eat right. We eat salmon or some other kind of fish at least once a week, and we eat lots of salads. We try to eat fruits and vegetables every day. Luckily, my daughters love vegetables, especially broccoli. And unfortunately, I have a sweet tooth. I love cookies. I make cookies with my daughters every weekend.
Okay, we will check again. Listen, please.
Page 68. Exercise B. Listen for details. Now listen again and circle the words that complete the statements. Jessica Miller.
I'm Jessica Miller. I run a lot to stay in shape.
I'm Jessica Miller. I run a lot to stay in shape. I run a lot to stay in shape. For example, the first one. Jessica Miller runs to stay in shape. So runs is correct.
About 5 days a week.
About 5 days a week.
for about 45 minutes
For about 45 minutes to
I'd say an hour and a half for each run.
an hour and a half. An hour and a half یعنی 1 ساعت و نیم.
For each run.
For each run.
I do that all year round.
I do that all year around. means the whole year I run. یعنی که در کل سال من میدوام.
Winter and summer.
Winter and summer.
And summer. I try to eat well too.
I try to eat well. I try to eat well. For example, avoid some fatty food or junk food.
Eat well too. I eat a lot of greens.
I eat a lot of greens, means vegetables.
And a lot of fruit.
And a lot of fruits.
I don't eat much meat.
I don't eat much meat.
And I try to avoid fried foods.
I try to avoid fried fruit. Means here she tries to avoid fried fruit. Avoid means stay away, keep away. به معنی اجتناب کردن هستش. و یه نکته ما بعد از avoid حرف اضافه نداریم. غلطه بگیم avoid from. Just avoid something. Avoid something means stay away from something or keep away from something. ولی avoid from نداره.
Or foods that are high in fat is
food with high in fat. So here she tries to avoid fatty food, means fries and fatty food.
Fat as much as possible. But the truth is
the truth is means to tell you the truth. یعنی که راستشو بخواین. The truth is
all the running I do, I can pretty fat as much as possible. But the truth is, with all the running I do, I can pretty much eat anything I want.
I eat whatever she wants.
I always eat breakfast.
I always eat breakfast.
I never skip it.
I never skip it. Means, for example, means not to do something you do as usual. یعنی که یه جورایی شانه خالی کردن، از زیر یه چیزی در رفتن. Skip.
I think it's an important meal.
I think it's an important meal. You know, meal means breakfast, lunch, dinner.
I like desserts.
I like desserts.
But I generally avoid candy.
I generally avoid candy. You know, generally means معنی عموماً یا به طور کلی بخوای یه چیزی بگی. I avoid candy. دوباره avoid اینجا اجتناب کردن. Candy here. She likes desserts, but she avoids candy.
Except for chocolate.
Except for chocolate. Means juice, chocolate.
But if I do eat chocolate, it has to be good chocolate.
It has to be good chocolate. یعنی اگه چاکلت هم بخورم باید خوبشو بخورم.
Oh, and I drink lots of water.
I drink a lots of water.
Never soda.
Never soda.
Soda, but lots of water.
Lots of water. And the last one, she always drinks a lot of water. Now the next person. Juan Ranieri.
Juan Ranieri. I'm Juan Ranieri. What do I do to stay in shape?
What I do to stay in shape?
As far as exercise goes,
for example, is a kind of expression. As far as something goes. As far as exercise goes. As far as eating goes. It means something is good or true only to a limited degree. به فارسی میشه تا اونجایی که به مثلا ورزش مربوطه، یا مثلا میگم as far as eating goes تا اونجایی که به غذا خوردن مربوطه. پس میشه As far as exercise goes means something is good or true only to a limited degree. یعنی تا اونجایی که به ورزش مربوطه.
I go to the gym and lift weights on
I go to the gym and lift weights.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Okay, the first one. To stay in shape, Juan Rainieri goes running and lifts weights.
And then I run on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
And run on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
I also try to eat right.
I also try to eat right. یعنی سعی میکنم درست غذا بخورم.
Eat right. I actually eat 5 or 6 small, simple.
Sorry.
Eat right. I actually eat 5 or 6 small, simple meals each day, rather than.
I eat 5 or 6 a small meal each day, rather than
2 or 3 big ones.
Rather than 2 or 3 big ones.
Big ones. So you'll always see me munching on something.
Okay. The next one, he eats 5 or 6 small meals each day.
Big ones. So you'll always see me munching on something.
You always see me munch something. Munch means eat something noisily. Make a noise. یعنی یه چیزی رو با سر صدا خوردن. دهنتون صدا بده میشه munch. یعنی هر وقت من میبینی دارم یه چیزی رو میخورم.
I generally avoid sodas and sweets.
And sweets. Here. He usually avoids sodas and sweets. شیرینی.
And I drink a large glass of water with.
I drink a large glass of water
With each meal.
With each meal.
I eat pretty healthy foods.
I eat pretty healthy food. Pretty means almost. Actually, pretty is an adjective and an adverb. As an adjective, pretty means beautiful. But as an adverb, it means almost, not completely. پس pretty هم معنی adjective میده هم معنی adverb. یعنی هم قیده هم صفته. اگه معنی صفت باشه هم beautiful زیبا. ولی اگه معنی قید بده به معنی almost یعنی تقریبا نسبتاً.
6 days a week.
Listen again, this part.
I generally avoid sodas and sweets, and I drink a large glass of water with each meal. I eat pretty healthy food 6 days a week.
6 days a week, I try to eat pretty healthy. Sorry, listen again.
Sodas and sweets, and I drink a large glass of water with each meal. I eat pretty healthy food.
I eat pretty healthy food
6 days a week.
6 days a week.
Then on Sundays.
But then on Sundays,
I pig out on junk food.
I pig out on junk food. Pig out means eat a lot of food all at once. یعنی که یهو یه عالمه غذا بخوری. 6 روز هفتهشو هلثی میخوره، سلامت میخوره، غذای سالم میخوره. روزای یک شنبه یک عالمه مثلا جانک فود میخوره. اینم ایتینگ هابیت ایشون هستش. 6 روز سالم، یه روز هرچی که دلش میخواد.
Pizza, burgers, ice cream, just about anything I want.
Just everything he wants.
Naomi Sato.
Okay, now the last part. He often, occasionally, never eats junk food. Often it means 60%, but occasionally is sometimes. Yes, it's junk food because he eats junk food just on Sundays. So occasionally is better for this part. Now the last part, Naomi Sato. Listen, please.
Hi, Naomi Sato here. Exercise? Well, the truth is I generally don't exercise at all. I
generally don't exercise at all.
Occasionally I go for walks with my daughters, but
Occasionally I go for a walk with my daughter. So, Naomi Sato sometimes goes walking with her daughter.
not that often.
Not that often, just sometimes, not often.
You know, I'd like to get a lot more exercise,
I like to get more exercise,
but I really don't have time for it.
but I don't have time for it.
As far as eating goes,
Again, as far as eating goes means I said before. یعنی تا اونجا که به خوردن مربوطه.
Page 68.
sorry اومدم اولش.
And then on Sunday,
the
اشتباه.
truth is I generally don't exercise at all. Occasionally I go for walks with my daughters, but not that often. You know, I'd like to get a lot more exercise, but I really don't have time for it. As far as eating goes, I try to eat right.
I try to eat right.
We eat salmon or
We eat salmon. Salmon. L is silent. Salmon is a kind of fish.
some other kind of fish at least once a week.
At least once a week. At least یعنی حداقل دست کم.
Eat lots of salads.
And eat lots of salad.
We try to eat fruits and vegetables every day.
Tries to eat vegetables every day.
Luckily, my daughters love vegetables.
Luckily, my daughter loves vegetables. Okay, look at this part. She doesn't have much time to exercise. She eats fish and once a week and lots of salads.
Especially broccoli. And unfortunately, I have a sweet tooth.
Unfortunately, opposite of fortunately. یعنی که متاسفانه.
Love cookies. And unfortunately, I have a sweet tooth.
I have a sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth means someone who loves sweets or candies a lot. یعنی tooth به معنی دندانه ولی یه اصطلاح sweet tooth. فکر نکنید معنی دندان شیری. نه، به معنی کسی که شیرینی خیلی دوست داره.
I love cookies.
I love cookies.
I make cookies with my daughters every weekend.
I make cookies with my daughter every weekend. Okay. Now next part, discussion means talk on something. یعنی گفتگو کردن، بحث کردن. There are two questions. Which of the people above, there are three people I told, do you think are in shape or out of shape? Explain. یعنی که بگی که کدوماشون توی یعنی استایل خوبی دارن، توی مثلا به لحاظ فیت هستن، فیزیکال فیت هستن، فیزیکلی فیت هستن و کدومشون نیستن و دلیلش رو بگی. حالا بر اساس این چیزایی که گوش دادید و توضیح بدید. Whose fitness and eating habits are like your own. یعنی کدوم یکی از اینها که کارهایی که بر فیتنسشون میکنن و عادتهای غذاییشون مثل شما هستش و توضیح بدید. خب بری اینم موضوع برای اسپیکینگتون، میتونید در موردش صحبت بکنید و حتی از این عبارات استفاده بکنید. Here. Third person singular S. I told you before. I don't remember actually. I think in fundamental A. We talk about third person singular, unit 7, fundamental A, and I told you that about when you add S at the end of the word or verbs, you listen different pronunciation. Sometimes you listen S sound, sometimes you listen Z sound, sometimes you listen is sound. And I told you there, just listen now. Read and listen to the three third person singular endings, then listen again and repeat. Listen please.
Page 68. Pronunciation. Third person singular S. Exercise A. Read and listen to the 3 third person singular endings.
Sleeps, eats, works,
Goes, plays, avoids,
watches, exercises, munches.
خب such as sleeps, eats, works after some sound actually. For example, p, t, and k. When you add third person singular, you hear s sound. But after some sound, such as after vowels like a, e, I, o, u, or after n, m, l, when you add third person singular, you hear z sound. For example, goes, e is a vowel. After plays, avoids, there are some sound. After them, when you add third person singular s, you hear z sound. And after, such as, now here, after ch, sh, after s, z, and j, when you add s or es, you hear is, like watches, exercises, and munches, washes, kisses, and so on. Now here, اگه میخواین در موردشون بیشترم بدونید شما میتونید به اون ویدیو ما مراجعه کنید. فکر میکنم توی فاندامنتال A بود، احتمالا یونیت 7 بود که ما در مورد سوم شخص مفرد حرف زدیم. Per works, take turns reading the statement in exercise B. Listen for details, practicing third person singular endings. اینه دوباره گوش بدید این بخشا رو و اون جاهایی که اس سوم شخص بهشون افزوده شده گوش بدید و تمرین کنید و متوجه بشین که چه تلفظهایی داره. بریم صفحه بعد. Now here discuss fitness and eating habits. Frame your ideas. Actually, there is a survey. I told you before. Survey means ask different questions, different people to result in some results. یعنی که یه سری سوال مثل questionnaire یا مثل پرسشنامه شما به یه سری افراد میدین، اونا رو که پر میکنن شما تا بر اساس جوابهای اونها به یه سری نتایج میرسید. این هم یه سروی هستش. Are you in shape؟ میخواد ببینید که شما توی مثلا روی اون مثلا فیت هستش بدنتون، فیزیکلی فیت هستید یا نه، رو فرم هستید یا نه. خب check the statement that are true for you, then add up your score. For example, for each one there are 3 items. Number 1, so I exercise regularly. I hardly ever exercise. I never exercise. حالا اینجا هر کدومش که با شما مناسبت داره، یعنی تناسب داره، شما اینجا علامت تیک میذارید، بعد میایین اینجا جمع میکنید و تا ببینید که چجوری هستید. For example, the second one, I always sleep 6 hours or more. I usually sleep 5 hours or more. I never sleep more than 4 hours. I avoid junk food. I sometimes eat junk food. I eat a lot of junk food. I hardly ever eat sweets. I sometimes eat sweets. I eat too many sweets. And the last one, I hardly ever watch TV. I sometimes watch TV and I watch a lot of TV. For example, each A answer 10 points, B answer 5 points, C 0. And total points, and after that the result is here. Points between 40 to 50 means you are in great shape. 30 to 35, not bad. 20 to 25, you can do more. And between 0 to 15, you're a couch potato. اگه بین این دوتا باشه یعنی شما در حالت خیلی عالی هستید، یعنی به لحاظ فیزیکی و رو فرم هستید. بین 30 تا 35 باشه بد نیستید. اگه بین 20 تا 25 باشه شما میتونید تلاش بیشتری بکنید و بین 0 تا 15 باشه شما couch potato. این گفتم couch potato means a person who sits in front of TV a lot and eats junk food. یعنی کسی که خوره تلویزیون هستش، مدام پای تلویزیون نشسته و تکون هم نمیخوره. خب now here compare your answer and score on the survey and with your friends in the class. Walk around the classroom and ask questions, write names and take notes on the chart. Actually you can ask your friends or your family members and there's no difference between them. For example, find some people in your family members or among your friends and write the names here, and there are some items here. Find someone who is in great shape, is out of shape, eats a lot of junk food, avoids sweets, avoids fatty foods, never sleep more than 4 hours. And write the names. I told you it may your family members or it may your friends. And other information, for example, write some information about that person. For example, say my friend exercise regularly or 3 times a week, or my friend is on a diet, or avoids candy, soda. There are some information about each person. Now discuss fitness and eating habits. Tell your classmate about the people on your chart, and after that you can talk about each of person in on your chart. For example, here Dan, there's someone here. Dan goes running every day. Dan is in great shape. He goes running every day, and you can add some other information. And it says here, ask for more information. For example, why are you out of shape? What junk foods do you eat? Where do you exercise? و شما میتونید اینجوری هم نه تنها از گفتم میان افراد خانواده‌تون یا دوستاتون هر کی میخواین اسمشو بنویسید و در مورد اون eating habitش یا فیتنسش و هر چی که هست بنویسیدش. بعد در موردش صحبت کنید. مثلا این گفته که Dan goes running every day. For example, Dan goes to the gym 3 times a week. Or Dan avoids junk food. Dan avoids fatty food or soda or something like this. و شما میتونید یک عالمه اینجوری در مورد هر کسی صحبت کنید و در مورد عادتهای غذاییش و رو فرم بودن یا نبودنش صحبت کنید. چون اینجا که میشه great shape یعنی اون فرم خیلی عالیه بعد لحاظ فیزیکیش، یا اینجا نه از فرم خارجه. دیگه همین. اگه سوالی داشتین در مورد این درس حتما برای من کامنت بذارید. اگه ویدیو ما رو دوست داشتین لایک بکنید و ما رو سابسکرایب کنید، دکمه زنگوله رو هم بزنید و هر پیشنهادی انتقادی هم بود بنده پذیرا هستم. مراقب خودتون باشید. بای بای.